Welcome. Welcome to today's live stream. Today we're going to be talking about follow-up and why the money is in the follow-up. Follow-up is a very essential thing to any business, not just real estate, any business. You have to be really good at follow-up and understand exactly follow-up. So if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and like this video and then subscribe to the channel. And if you can, if there's not too much to ask, can you share this video with 3 to 5 people you know, like, and trust? That being said, let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm writing it out where you guys are watching. And like I said, we ran a special for Valentine's Day and my son's birthday yesterday. Then we got 2 more left. Out of 11 slots, 9 people booked. So if you want 20,000 leads for $99, I think the link is in the show notes. If not, text me 202-335-3322. So that way we can make sure we hook you up with that. The people who paid yesterday, their stuff will be processed today and be sent out between today and first day tomorrow, just because there's a lot of stuff to process. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my one-on-one clients. One of my one-on-one clients just locked up their first deal. We just working with them for the last 2 weeks. We actually helped them with their whole system and stuff. So shout out to them. We're really proud about what we do and how we help people. So if you've been on the fence about working with us, I definitely recommend getting started as we get busy and take on more clients. We only had the capacity to take on 2 to 3 clients a month. We definitely want to work with you to figure out ways to help you. Other than that, if you need a virtual assistant, reach out to us, and we'll hook you up with that VA. Book a call with us. The link is in the show notes or the Instagram. Not the Instagram, the YouTube description, so we can help you. But like I said, the money is in the follow-up. Why is the money in the follow-up? Because at the end of the day, it's not like you're going to do business with people on the first call. It's not like when a person first come into contact with you, they're ready to move forward. Sometimes people have, a thought process or decision-making process. And I just want to give you guys a little facts and statistics about why the follow-up process is so important. And why do most companies put so much effort into the follow-up? Example, right? 50% of all sales happen after the 5th contact. But most people, they give up after 2 contacts. So if you're marketing to a list and you are just calling your list once or twice, 3 times, even 4 times, it's not enough. So you guys got to get comfortable and used to talking to people and following up with people multiple times. Simple as that. Follow up with people multiple times. Literally, it takes 8 cold calls to reach a prospect, right? 70% of all sales calls aren't even answered. Like, majority of the times, the people that you call and reach out to are not even going to pick up the phone. So what does that mean for you guys? That means that it's all about staying consistent and being at the right place at the right time. You wouldn't know these things unless you're actually doing it every day. So if you pull a new list of people and you only call once or twice and then say, give me another list, you're leaving a lot of money on the table working at that capacity. You need to be hitting that list consistently and rigorously and only take off the people who demand to be taken off the list and hit them. Maybe you change up the phone numbers. Maybe you change every day of the week. Maybe you change a different caller, or you switch to different technology. Maybe you text them. Maybe you ring his voicemail, or maybe you cold call them. But just do some combination of mixing things up, just so that you know for a fact that you're doing all you can to keep in contact. But listen to that staggering number: 72% of all sales calls don't even get answered. Give me 1 second. So, is this information you got to take and use, because 92% of all people, they give up after the first call, the fourth call, right? So you guys got to understand that majority of the people are giving up. So if you're calling the same list of people in real estate, then you can be ahead of your competition by being more consistent than them. So that's the biggest thing that I preach to my clients. They're like, so Antoine, what's the magic pill? How you gonna help me get deals? I'm going to make sure you stay consistent. I'm going to make sure that you have a structured business. I'm going to make sure you have a structured follow-up plan. I'm going to make sure that someone is holding you accountable to this. And that's literally what our system is. Outside of the complexities of the softwares we created and trainings that we do for the VAs and stuff, it's all about these simple things that most people can't execute on. Oh, I got a job. I'm so busy working. Oh man, I'm having a baby in 2 weeks. I gotta get prepared. Listen, in business, you gotta make time. And if you don't make time, it's gonna be a direct reflection of the money that you can make in your business. So getting used to making time is the most essential thing that you can do to take your business to the next level. Who agree with that? If you agree, put I agree in the chat. The biggest statistic that stood out to me years ago when I learned this was only 2% of the sales actually happens on the first call, which means that 98% of all the other sales, 98% of all the other sales happens on multiple follow-up touches. So when a VA send you a lead and say, hey, this person's interested in selling, and now you call and they not answer the phone, or they answer the phone and you don't call them back to follow up and continue to build on the conversations you created, guess what? Majority of your business and the money that you can make has evaporated just by not following them principles of following up and staying consistent with your prospects. And the information we're teaching is universal. You can take this and apply it to any business you got going on for yourself. And then I know emails don't pertain to you guys, but emails is a big part of what we do in all of my companies. 70% of people, right? 70% of all salespeople stop at one email. So if you're following up with a person, maybe you lost communication to the phone, your email is the next best friend. So making sure you stay consistent and the follow-up is what's going to get you to where you want to be, right? Here's another thing I keep telling folks. If you want to do business with people, the best time to follow up with people is between the hours of 4 to 6 p.m. So if you got your acquisition manager working in the morning from 10 to 2, they're not going to get many people on the phone. Make them work the evening shift. Now, I'm not saying people are not going to answer their phone in the mornings or don't want to do business with you in the morning, but the probability of someone answering their phones becomes even greater if you call between the reasonable hours of 4 to 6. Really 4 to 8. But 4 to 6 is like the peak prime hours that people are more likely to answer the phone and be available to be attentive to your conversations that you're making with them. How y'all day going so far? I know it's Wednesday, it's hump day. I just want to make sure that everybody's having an amazing day and that you're hitting the goals and targets that you set out to hit. And then you gotta understand that most people spend at least 66% of their day doing administrative tasks. And that's why they're not making the money that they want to make, because they're not on the phones actually talking to the people that's willing to do business with them, which is sellers signing contracts. So if you're in a service-based business, people paying invoices. So what I'm trying to tell you is the easiest way to combat that is to hire you a $4 hour VA to take care of these administrative tasks that you have no business doing, so you can focus on talking to quality prospects that's ready to do business with you and your company. That's why I push the VA so hard, because at the end of the day, it's a reason behind it. It's definitely a huge reason behind it. So that's the biggest point I'm making to you guys, is to make sure that you understand these things, so that way you can kind of like, if you apply this information that I'm teaching you for free, I guarantee you will double anything you're doing. If you're not doing anything, then you'll make money. If you're already kind of sort of making money, you will triple what you're making, just by staying disciplined and applying the information that we're teaching you on a daily basis. Right? So making sure that you stick to this stuff is a priority. Listen, only 19% of the people you talk to actually trust salespeople. That's why we don't teach our VAs and our clients to be salespeople. We teach you guys to be personable people that's on the phone that's making a sales call. And what I mean by that is you're leading with personable stuff. How's your day going? How's the Wednesday going? How's the weather outside? Man, it's 70 degrees today here in Baltimore. Like, you're teaching these people these different things. So at the end of the day, you can build their trust. I keep telling you guys this over and over again. People do business with these three things: people who they know, like, and trust. And if they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, they're not going to say yes and move forward with you and do any type of business with you. So you got to establish that on the phones, so that way uh, everybody can have an understanding, when it comes to, doing business with someone. So another tip is, as soon as you get a lead, try to reach out within the first hour or two. You're 7 times more likely to have a better conversation than to wait 2-3 days to reach out, and now you got to jog their memory, refresh who called, who is this person, and you're dealing with the gatekeeper of their brain, like, oh, who is this person? Who's not talking to them? But if your VA just said, yo, here's a lead for you, and you got the time to call that person. Hey man, this is Antoine, Campbell, give me a call. That literally will take your business to the next level. Literally. And then only 7% of the people respond within 5 minutes. So if you're running Facebook ads and someone submit their information, you should be calling them within the 5 minutes. Or your team, your VA, your appointment status should be calling and verifying. Maybe you're not the acquisition manager. Might not even want to talk to them because you don't know if they're 100% serious. They just filled out your information. So next month, we'll be opening up our Facebook ad program, where we'll be running and setting up and managing people's Facebook ad campaigns and providing you with the softwares and tools to be able to get leads into you daily. So, if you want to be a beta member of our beta Facebook ad program, we will run it, set it up for you for a very reasonable price. Obviously got to have a budget, have a market, all of that. We will do the copy, we will do the landing pages, we will set up all of the trackers, everything that you need to be successful. So if you want to be a part of our beta group, we'll be promoting that starting next Monday. We're only looking for 5 people a month to help. To basically onboard and then manage. So we're only taking on 5 people at a time a month, because it takes a lot of time to do this stuff. So, when a person fills out the form, you got to be attentive enough to call them, right? So then look at this stat. The average person generates roughly one appointment per 209 cold calls. So if your VA, calling 500 people a day, theoretically, they should be able to generate you 2 appointments a day. Theoretically. Now, obviously, there's a lot of variables in play, such as the quality of the data, the list, the script, the type of services you're providing, all of that stuff. So you want to make sure that you set expectations with your team that, hey, if you're calling 500 people a day, I need at least 1 or 2 appointments from you. And if they're not meeting that, then that's when the coaching comes in and you got to figure out exactly what's what with them. So the most effective time to actually cold call. Yeah. Mike said Facebook ads takes a lot of time. I'm doing it myself. It's difficult. Yeah, because you got to understand your retargeting structure. You got to have your pixel down pat. But when we do these Facebook ads, we're going to integrate some Facebook bots with it as well as good quality performing landing pages. Because as soon as a person landing a page, you got to make sure that they can know exactly why they're on your page. If you got like 20 links and 20 different, pages that they can click on that one page, they're going to be all over the place. So that's why we've been testing Facebook ads for the last 5 months. We've been doing Facebook ads for years for myself, but for our real estate directly, we've been testing them and trying them out for the last 5 months. And at the beginning of campaigns, will be rough starting off, but that's with anything. Once the algorithm get to know you and, you're warming up your pixel, you'll be good to go. So when you're calling people, you need to make sure you're good at listening to their needs and wants, right? We just so focused on giving out an offer and so focused on, you know, trying to see what they want for their house that we're not focused on their needs and wants. Outside of the sales price, there are needs and wants that must be met in order for a person to commit to selling a house. I think that's something that's not teach as much in the real estate education community as it should be, because people think, oh, my offer is good. They should sign the contract. And that's not true by a long shot. You guys got to be good listeners, be attentive, and know what their needs and wants are in order for a person to want to do business with you and move forward, right? So once you get to that point, then getting deals on the contract and getting people to say yes to you will be a whole lot easier. So let's move into a little Q&A. Got about a good 5 minutes left. Today, I took my lunch a little early today. It's actually sitting downstairs waiting on me. I would like to eat my lunch because we have exclusive VIP training at 2 o'clock. And then we have our weekly training for our VAs, for clients who want us to continue to train their VAs at 4 o'clock. And today I'm teaching. It's my turn. So we rotate with the people on my staff to teach. That's good. That's good, man. Nationwide and just broaden up your stuff and not being Pacific in the Pacific market would definitely work. That's why Facebook ads for virtual wholesalers always works better than the local buyers, because you're going to get people from a lot of different areas looking for an offer or looking to sell a property. So we're working on a lot, even creating a technology that create like an offer range and all that stuff. So there's a lot we're working on for our real estate clients. But go ahead and put down your questions, guys. Like I said, I'm only on here for about a good 5 more minutes. And yeah, and we'll go from there. But the most important thing that I want you guys to understand today is a will follow up is that it takes time. It's not an overnight thing, and keep your pipeline full. Don't just be stuck on one or two people saying yes they want to sell, and just like, oh well, if I get them to sell, then I can continue to focus on everybody else. You should have at least 100 people that's interested in selling at any given time in your pipeline. And they may all be at different stages, but if you stay consistent with it, that's how you get the 1, 2, 3 contracts a week, because you'll follow up with all these different people in your pipeline. So that's the biggest thing I can tell you guys, to continue to build and build and build and continue to stay consistent. And if you know you're going to slack off a little bit, then just figure out how to stay consistent. What you say? The follow up and reaching out to motivate home seller is a hell of a challenge. It's definitely a hell of a challenge, but with the technology of a good CRM, and that's just why we're really ramping up our prospects vote for you guys, because then it will automatically follow up for you, right? What if there's a way? What if there's a way that we can take AI and we can take that AI and put it in your voice and make an AI voice for you, then take a predictable script, um, uh, and take a predictable script and literally put that script inside of AI, and then create a follow-up nurturing sequence as if you're calling this person, right? As you're calling this person, and it's like almost white label. You're not addressing them by name, but you're talking to them as if you know them, and you're just following up with them, and it's a 6-month sequence. That right there will literally change your business. That right there will literally take you to the next level, right? No. My man said I be forgetting we were happening for a second. I be juggling a lot. So as I'm doing my live, I still have businesses going on. So people texting me, calling me, in a meeting starting up. Employees need help with different things. Clients need help. So like at any given time, I may lose my train of thought and get it back, but that's just what it is. What's your best follow-up pickup line? My best follow-up pickup line for following up is it depends on the person. So I don't really have a preset one. I just call them and just check in on them. So the best way to follow people is to be genuine, to be you. Hey man, what's up, Jacob? How you doing today? Man, I'm just calling and checking in on you, man, seeing how things going with you. Hey, did you have any time to think about what we talked about last week on the phone? Okay, great. Well, is this a conversation worth continuing? And keep it at that. I don't have like these gimmicky lines, because what happens when you run out of gimmicky lines? So the best thing I tell people is to be themselves and become more personable with people, and to talk to people as if they're regular humans, and you're not trying to sell them something, and you'll get a whole lot further than some gimmicky rebuttals that someone gave you. So that's the biggest thing I could tell people. Just be genuine and be concerning. If you're a real genuine person, you like people, you'll thrive in sales. If you hate people and you don't like talking to people, you're an introvert, you might not be as great in sales as a person who loves talking to people. So if you notice that a person that's like has a motor mouth that loves talking, they do really well with people, because they don't mind actually being genuine. See, there's a certain amount of time that a person who's not as genuine or who's faking it to make it, that pretend they like people, can stay consistent with that. Then eventually it gets exploited, and then you'll know for a fact that that's not who you say you are. So the biggest thing I can tell you is to genuinely call and check in on people. Actually ask them how their day going. How's everything going with you? Because shit happens. Life get in the way, right? When I follow up with clients or people, at the end of the day, you got to understand that for some odd reason, people go through shit. So if a seller not answering their phone, sometimes it's not because they don't care about you or they don't want to talk to you anymore. It's because maybe their uncle or brother or somebody is on life support, and they've been spending the last 3-4 days just spending that last 3-4 days with them. So sometimes when you're approaching them in a genuine way and you're just reaching out to them, check on them, they're going to show you and tell you that, hey, I've been going through some real shit. And you can use the empathy card to say, you know what, I'm so sorry about that. And then you might not even talk about the business. You see how better of a person you look when you have the option to put the business in the conversation or keep the business out of the conversation. So that's what I'm saying to you. Some sellers go missing in action. Text them and say, hey, listen. Usually when people don't answer the phone for me, is one or two things. They, life got in the way. They crazy busy, or two, they just had to change their heart and got cold feet. Which one is it? Question mark. So that's what sometimes being direct too works, especially if you know for a fact a person going missing action. But here's some reasons why a lot of people go missing action. Do me a favor, go downstairs and get the lunch. It's Nando Piri, whatever that shit goes. The little chicken I be getting. So one of the things that I tell people is to understand exactly what people are going through and respect that, right? And be direct. So if you know that, like, okay, example, if you give a person a contract and they go missing in action on you, what does that mean? That means that now they got what they wanted from you and they're exercising their rights to sell a house. They're taking the contract from you and shopping around to the next investor saying, hey, I got a contract already for 150. Could you do better than 150? So what we teach our clients is to never send a contract to a person without them being in front of the computer. If they want to see the contract before they sign it, just send them a blank contract and say, hey, my company policy don't allow me to send a fully filled out contract unless you for a fact ready to move forward and sign. But what I could do is to send you our blank contract that's filling the blank. The only thing that's going to be added to it is just your address and the purchase price. But everything else don't change. So sometimes you just got to be like that. But like I said, you got to ask yourself, what causes a person to go ghost? Have you not been listening to their needs and wants? Have you not been paying attention? Are you local enough to go past and drop off a card on their door? If you're not local enough and you're dealing with a lot of people going ghost, here's a website you can sign up for right now. It's called Sendout, SENDOUT, sendoutcards.com. The subscription I have is $99 a month. It allows you to send out unlimited heartfelt postcards, free of charge. Now, don't go in there and fuck up my little plug. I've been having this for years. Don't go in there trying to send out cold card, direct mail and burn them up, and then they shut the program down. But send out cards to people that you've been in touch with, and you lost touch with everybody. Hey, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just deeply concerned, making sure you're okay. Antoine, text me, call me, maybe put a few pictures of their family found on social media on there. Maybe if the person is dying, maybe put a few pictures you found on them social media with their aunt and then add it to the card and then send it to it, because you could design the custom like that and maybe include a couple of pieces of cookies or brownies for extra $3-4. With $7, you can reignite a conversation, and that person will say, I like Antoine. Let me give him a call when I get back on my feet. I like Antoine. Let me give him a call when I get myself together. So at the end of the day, you guys got to understand that you're in the customer service business. And if you're not good at customer service and listen to the needs and wants of your customers, they're always going to go ghost on you. That's just the way it is. So, we're in a market right now where you control a lot of the keys. I just told one of my other clients earlier, the best thing you can do for yourself right now is to pull a no equity list. I'm telling you information that I'm charging $10,000-$15,000 to my one-on-one clients for. Why? Because I believe that 80% of you guys are not going to use it. So I don't care. I'm just being straight honest. But the 20% who's going to use it, this may be enough for you to make some money, then come back and see me and then do some real business with me. Right? So pull a no equity list. Go find one or two solid short sale negotiators. Reach out to them and say, hey, I specialize in helping homeowners get out of their mortgage crisis by using the short sale method, and I would love for you to take on all of my work. You don't have to pay them out your pocket. The bank paid them on the hood. Everybody's happy. Find a good title company that know how to work these short sales and get your ass to work. Now, the pipeline of these short sales is 5 to 8 months. But imagine if you had 20 of these shits in the contract at any given time. That means maybe 1 or 2 contracts every month closing big fat 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, $80,000 deals. Some of these short sales, you can just fucking put on a contract, double close on them, have your buyer buy at the other end. You know what I mean? Sometimes the bank have certain underwriting guidelines and privilege that you can't resell in a certain amount of time, or you can't sell at a profit instantly. So maybe what you can do is set up an LLC and then assign your interest of the LLC to the prospect, and now you're not assigning the contract, you're selling the LLC itself. You can put that on the hood, or you can put that off the hood. Talk to your attorneys. I'm not here to give you straight legal advice, but there's a lot of ways you can work this. But your biggest friend right now is the no equity list. People bought houses in the last 10 years, and that's in the current worse off financial situation than it was when they bought the house, and they able to qualify for a short sale. That being said, any more questions before we get on out of here today? Yeah, he said they be shopping around for, but that's just the reality of the business, man. People are always gonna look for a good deal. It's like it's just look at it like this. When you go out and buy a car, you may stop at 2 or 3 dealerships and be in the market for the same exact car, the 2 or 3 dealerships, and then you may go with the dealership who give you the best terms, the best low down payment, the best interest rate, best financing, blah blah blah. That's the same thing with the homeowners. They're looking for the best deal possible. So you got to show them why you hit the best deal possible, even if it's financially not as best as the next person. That they like you, they trust you, they believe in what you can do, what you say you're going to do, and then they move forward with you. That's just the way this works. Any more questions? Any more questions, guys? I'll eat this salad later. I just want to make sure that I'm providing value. Who thought today training, the call, was value? If you felt like you got some value today, some information you can take and use in your business, put the word value in the chat. Put the word value in the chat. Cool. So sorry eating in front of y'all, man, but I got a multitask. We got a lot going on. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You log into the one say Antoine. See you on there? You showing them how to share screen?
I'm not sharing screen, Miss May's sharing screen.
Okay.
So we're just watching the answering.
Oh, she doing her lessons for today?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my children started their new they started with their new homeschool teacher today. Or their old homeschool teacher after 3 years. We decided to part ways January 1st. No biggie. People regardless, let me tell you before I go. Everybody not going to give me another one of these cups. Everybody not going to be in your life forever. People come in your life for a season. People come in your life for a reason. You know, sometimes you're going to be stepping stones to people. Some of you guys start off watching me and then might not think I'm valuable to you 2-3 years later. I'm cool with that. You know, that's just what it is. But at the end of the day, just make sure that when you move forward with people, it's done in a professional way. You're not being disrespectful to people, and keep it pushing. But like I said, I want to see you guys doing great. I want to see you guys winning. I want to see you guys taking it to the next level, and go pull your no equity list. Pull your no equity list. I guarantee you, print some money. Now, you're not going to make no money this month or next month, but I guarantee you, if you work that no equity list by September, you'll be cashing in big time. Other than that, See you guys tomorrow. Peace and blessings. Love you. Book a call if you're ready to move forward and do some business with me and spend some money. Book a call. The link is inside my show notes. If you want the 20,000 leads for $99, we got 2 slots left. Go ahead and grab that real quick. Check your emails. They sent it out yesterday. And we'll start processing it today for you. See you guys later, man. I'm going to eat my lunch and get on to my next meeting.